Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. It's me, Jack, the other host. We had a little bit of a break last week, a lot of stuff going on in real life, so we weren't able to really sit down and make a video. But things are starting to slow down a little bit. We have some time. Now, I'm going to be making something we've kind of made in the past before. Once upon a time, I believe we made Spanish rice in the video, but we used the packaged mix to do it. But today, we're going to be making Spanish rice again, but we're going to be doing it from scratch. So, it's going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so we have quite a few things here. Empty bowl, don't worry about that. We have 1 cup of rice. This is white long grain rice, I believe. 2 cups of water for the rice. Some chopped bell pepper. This isn't fresh, this is frozen and thawed out. I cut a ring of white onion and used half of the ring and diced it. We got some garlic. We got some chicken bouillon, about 2 teaspoons. And some seasonings. This is paprika, even though it says bay leaves. Don't worry about that. And we're going to be using about a teaspoon of tomato sauce or tomato paste if you have it. But all I have is sauce. Okay, so I'm using a small cast iron skillet. I'm only going to use 1 cup of rice, just as a practical example for this. So I got a little bit of oil in it already. I got it warming up. And I'm going to put our onion in there. And then we're going to let it saute for about 3 to 4 minutes. Of course, if your onion starts to cook a little bit faster than that, turn the heat down or reduce cooking time. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. My onions have softened up. I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of garlic. And I'm going to add our bell peppers. Try and get out what you can. And we're going to saute for about 2 minutes. If it starts cooking too fast, turn the heat down. Okay, and after about 1.5 to 2 minutes, we're going to take our white rice and we're going to add it straight to the pan with the oil. Well, not with water. We're going to toast our rice first for about 4 minutes or until it's about a golden brown color. Be sure to stir it periodically as well. Yeah, see, I'm using a fork to do the stirring here, but you could probably use the spatula as well. Okay, so once you have your rice starting to toast, get a pot and add your 2 cups of water to it and bring it to a boil. When it starts to boil, we're going to add and stir in our chicken bouillon. Okay, here's our rice after about 4 minutes. It doesn't look that much different, but trust me, in person it really is. Now, after this point, just go ahead and remove it from heat, and we're going to wait for the bouillon to finish. Okay, the water is starting to boil. You're not seeing it very well because I've been lazy and haven't adjusted the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the chicken bouillon. And I'm going to start using the fork. Now we want to stir until all of the bouillon is dissolved. I'm trying to save you from any horrible scratching noises. Alright, so once your bouillon is properly dissolved, we're going to go ahead and transfer it here. Add it straight to the rice. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of tomato sauce. You can add paste if you want to use paste instead. We're going to add some ground cumin. We're going to apply it fairly liberally. I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper for some spice, for some heat, just a little bit. And some paprika. And if you want, you can add salt and pepper as well. Now, go ahead and carefully mix it and stir it together. Now, you want to bring it back to a boil, and then you want to cover and let it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes. Or until the rice is nice and soft and there's no water left in the pan. So I'm waiting to bring this to a boil, then I'll cover it. Alright, it's starting to boil, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce the heat to low. So I want it to simmer. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover it. For about 20 to 25 minutes. Occasionally coming back and stirring as needed. Okay, need to revisit the tomato sauce. Now, the original recipe calls for a teaspoon of paste. I don't have paste, so I just use a teaspoon of tomato sauce. And I realized that's not really how it works. So we're actually going to use about 2 tablespoons worth of tomato sauce for our mix here. Now, if you have paste, just 1 teaspoon should work fine. And then mix it really well if you want it to combine. And then we'll cover and let it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, it's been about 22 minutes. I already killed the heat. And here we go. The moisture of the water is gone and our rice is finished at this point. Now you might have some stuck on the bottom of your pan, that's okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and let it cool off and we're going to go ahead and try it. Alright, hopefully it's cooled off by now. It's been a little bit. So let's take a bite. Yeah, that's pretty good. No complaints whatsoever for me. Now, some additional things, like maybe when I added the broth and the seasonings, I'd probably add like a little bit of chili powder, but that's just me. I add chili powder to a lot of stuff. I didn't add any salt or pepper. Not a big fan of salt and pepper, but you could add some there if you wish. I like this. It's actually pretty good. Now, another thing about this is no one ever makes this stuff the same. There's a million ways to make Spanish rice. No one properly agrees on the right way to do it. And so yeah, there you have it. Another quick and easy one. This is a side dish. You can make it with whatever the heck else you want to. It's not that hard to do. Rather easy. A little time consuming because, you know, rice. You gotta let it sit for about 20-25 minutes just to simmer. Now, thanks for watching. You can usually catch us here Tuesdays and Fridays. Sometimes we take a break. Sometimes life is busy and we just don't get around to it. A lot happens. But you can also catch us on Facebook at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen and Instagram at Living Between, I believe. Anyway, hope to see you next time.